So you and your team just won a teamfight and took Baron. Great job. 30 seconds later, you pop a recall and you're walking out of base when you look down at your minimap and see this. So given the map set in front of you, what would you do here? Not an easy question to just answer like that, is it? If only there was some way to make it simpler. Well, let's sort some options in front of you that you can choose from. You can either walk mid out of base, TP top, TP mid, or TP bot lane. So what would you do? Now, as a former pro player, I learned early in my career that you always want to deploy onto a 2-lane setup with Baron if the enemy is already on the map, as it reduces the risk of someone getting caught out. I also know because of the tempo lines I came up as a pro coach that we want to do whatever it takes to match our teammates on the same diagonal axis down the map. So, let's choose the option to TP mid out of base to join our teammates instantly on a 2-lane setup. Nice, I got the answer correct. This is MOBA Trainer, and I've been seeing a lot of it recently. Every time I open my TikTok, which is like 50 times a day at this point because I'm Fortnite generation, I'm seeing more and more streamers playing this thing. So what is it? Well, it's basically a trading tool for your knowledge in League. League is all about pattern recognition. You are constantly going to find yourself in situations that are almost identical to other ones that you've been in before, just like this example of the Azir who just got Baron and has to decide what to do out of base. It plays a segment of gameplay so you have context, then it presents you with different options to choose from, and once you choose it, it gives you feedback on the decision you just made. So, since I'm kind of the macro coach of League, as a YouTuber I guess, I'm going to put MOBA Trainer to the test to see if I'm as good at macro as what I think I am, as I play through their entire storyline, meeting famous pros and streamers, solving complex macro puzzles, and testing their app to see if they really do give the correct answers to the own puzzles that they've created. So, thanks to MOBA Trainer for sponsoring the video, let's get into it. The first thing MOBA Trainer will have us do is connect our League account and then pick your main role. This way, all of the scenarios it shows are going to be mostly showing you gameplay for that role that you want to learn. There are multiple different acts as well that we get to go through as we climb through the map, which each of them giving you more advanced concepts and giving you harder and harder puzzles to solve as you go. Along the way, we'll even get to meet some interesting characters as we go. More on that later though, since for now, we're all the way back at Act 1 still. Here, we learn about level up timers. To begin with, each puzzle shows us just one simple question that you get to answer that'll get you warmed up. Now, we all know that solo laners hit level 2 on the first melee minion they kill on the second wave of the game, which is this minion that's about to die right now. So, I'm gonna say let's go in with the level up advantage. Nice. Since we got this question right, we get some XP, and we get to level up our skill in the level up timers category. We even got some bonus XP because I answered the question quickly. We have to do a couple of quick puzzles like this that just have one question, and then we get to unlock a 3-question puzzle. Think of this like a mini boss battle. Question 1. The enemy is a level up on you, inside a cannon wave, and has double your health. Do you want to go all in, or do you choose to live? Yeah, I choose to live, thanks. But it doesn't stop there. The replay will then continue to play, showing us another 20 seconds of gameplay so we can see the results that our previous decision gave us before giving us yet another question. Do I want to back off, or go all in? This one's a little bit harder. Talia did just use her Q a moment ago, so maybe we could fight, but honestly, she's standing inside minions, she has more health, and she even has a potion to spare. So what do you think we should do? Go in or back off? I think maybe we should back off. It's not going to be worth trading onto an enemy who has more health than us and even has a potion to spare, especially inside of a minion wave. I got the okay choice? Apparently the good choice is to all in here. I don't see it, but okay, let's see what happens. Oh true, I didn't even consider that Akali's Shroud makes her invisible, so the minion wave walks right past us and isn't part of the fight. And the advantage of her fully stacked Conqueror makes us way better at all-in than the Talia with the inferior fighting rune Phase Rush. Well, I guess I'm done on Akali one trick now, am I? Okay, one final question now. Do we recall now, or do we push the wave first? Well, you're always going to be better off trying to maximize the gold before recalling so you can get more items, so let's push that wave first. Nice. Here are my results. I got 2 goods and an okay choice, so I gained XP both towards the level up timer skill and the base timer skill, since there was some overlap in this replay in how we set up that recall at the end. I found these early sections to be pretty easy, which makes sense. It's still early on and I'm not exactly their target audience after all, so most of the answers I ended up getting correct. It was only really in silly moments like this where I got things wrong. Whoever made this puzzle decided to use an icon of a ward to indicate Chase Mundo. I obviously thought this option was asking me if I wanted to place a ward in the bush, but apparently not. But what's funny is that I got a little bit tilted by this one because I started to really care about my results in the same way that you become prideful about a good win rate at the start of a new season of solo queue. So now that we've completed all the puzzles in this section, there's just one thing left for us to do, the mechanics trainer. This is just a quick little mini game you get to play, and it's honestly nice to have a little break from just answering questions for about a minute or two. But now that we've done that, we get to move on to a new topic. In this case, wave management. Let's make this more interesting though and time skip forward a little bit so we can see what some higher level challenges look like. You know how Minecraft YouTubers say, I did a little bit of mining off camera, and then they come back with a house that'd be looking like this? Yeah, well, I've progressed all the way onto Act 2 now, and now I'm getting puzzles with 5 questions. If those 3 question puzzles are like a mini-boss, these 5 question puzzles are like versing Thanos with all of the Infinity Stones. Now, as I went through Act 1, I started to notice that whenever I completed one of the icons on the map, this mysterious farmer kept appearing and giving me unsolicited advice. And for some reason, everyone keeps referring to him as DL. I wonder who that could be. This first chapter is all about map movement, so let's look at where to go out of base. Here we're playing top lane Kayle and we just recalled. Sylas is top, MF is bot, so where should we go? Well, I know I'm the top laner, but of course we have to fill the gap and not lose farm, so let's go mid. And we can swap back to top lane later, of course. This one was easy, but here's where I have to get a little bit critical. I disagree with the quote-unquote correct decision for this next one. In this replay we're playing Thresh support, and we're still level 1. It gives us some context on what's happening mid, and then asks us if we want to roam mid or return back to bot lane to get XP. Obviously, I want to go back to bot lane to get level 2. The enemy LeBlanc will never die in this situation. She has her flash up, she has her W to escape, and there's no way I'm hitting my hook on this guy if he plays like a human. And even more on top of that, our jungler is pathing from top to bot, and so I'd hope to go back bot lane so I can get level 3 in time to either set up a gank with my lantern, or to set up for Prio so I can help him in his crab contest without still being level 1. But they have repeatedly told me here that ganking mid lane is the correct play, even though it is clear that LeBlanc is the biggest griefer in the entire universe for getting hit by this hook, and for some reason turning around to Q the Orianna when she easily would live by just walking away even after we hit the hook. In almost 2 hours of playing this so far, this has been only really the second time I've actually disagreed with one of their answers, so what I'll do is I'll make a list of all of the times I think they got an answer wrong, and I'm going to submit it to them so they can make some changes to those specific answers. But considering I've probably answered a few hundred questions by now in the couple of hours that I've been playing this, it's still adding up to probably an over 99% accuracy so far, so not too bad. Now that I've sufficiently roasted MOBA Trainer, let's head on over and roast their partner creators instead. If you head on over to the bundle tab, you'll find this, special bundles you can unlock with MOBA coins that give you more puzzles to do, with some of them being made by the same content creators that I've been seeing on my TikToks earlier. The first one is made by Alois. It gives us a couple of seconds worth of context where we get to see in this game that the enemy jungler path from top to bot, so there's no fear of a gank coming for us. But our wave unfortunately is getting a little bit stuck close to this enemy tower, so we might want to fix that. Here is where we get our 4 options. We can ward river, not needed because their jungler's pathing top to bot. Recall, also bad because our wave's pushing into the poppy, which means that we either need to hard push or use a potion and hard push. I think Alois is throwing us the curveball. We have Doran Shield and possibly even Second Wind in our runes. These 2 things restore health based on how much health you're missing, meaning you want to save your potions until later to maximize the healing of Doran Shield and Second Wind since they do more when you're low on health. So let's save our potions until we're lower on health and just push in the wave. Bad choice? Okay Alois, what are you smoking? Let's hear what you have to say for yourself.
And crucially, I also need to make sure that I use a potion so that I'm healthy enough to get to wave 2 crash and I get out of this hard position.
Okay, maybe this matchup is actually harder than I realize and Poppy really can kill us from this health. Let's see the fight play out then.
I'm gonna pull up here. I have to get this wave in. Nice. I'm not missing Q's.
Wait, that's it? We didn't even drop below 500 health. I don't think that potion was necessary in the slightest, but I'm more mad about the fact that he called this a bad choice. Not even an okay choice, but a bad one. Damn, Alois, you're being harsh, but okay, at least I still got a little bit of tiny progress towards that wave management skill, which actually, let's address what this does. Here is the LoL pattern map. These are all of the different skills you can learn in League and the progress you have towards each of them. The idea with this is that in future updates, you'll have the option to skip to more advanced concepts which are further down the skill tree, which will be an awesome option for more advanced players, allowing them to bypass the extremely basic stuff we saw at the start of the video, like the level 2 timers, for example. Now, since Aloy's tilted me by giving me a bad choice when I probably shouldn't have, I've decided to go back to the main storyline and keep playing that instead. And honestly, I've got to say, I'm impressed by how useful this app felt to me, especially since as I got further down into the puzzles, they became more difficult. It has you answering the types of small micro decisions I would never be able to think about covering in a YouTube video, like which path should I take to walk through my jungle here? Obviously this one, because it's closer to my jungler, but these small decisions matter. And when you get to do these in those longer 5-question puzzles that we saw earlier, I found myself often getting these types of questions wrong, only to realize I missed a crucial piece of information from earlier. This way of practicing is awesome because you take out all of the random variables and results-based analysis of a normal League game. Maybe you make the right decision sometimes, but you get a bad result because your teammates are trolling or griefing or just not following up on a good play. Or maybe you make the wrong decision, but you get bailed out because your opponent just played the situation even worse than what you did. Either way, it's sometimes hard to know if what you did was correct because the results don't always match whether or not the decision was good. MOBA Trainer tells you if the play was bad, okay, good, or brilliant. In some situations even, there might be multiple different correct answers. That's League of Legends after all. It's a complex game, and sometimes there can be multiple correct plays, and now you can see them all. It's all fun and gamified as well. While I'm a competitive game fiend who doesn't care about anything other than getting the questions right to preserve my ego, other people might be more into the social aspect. As you complete each chapter, you collect materials and you get to choose between different colors when you craft them. The further you go down, the more components you get until you get to customize it fully and craft it in the end and add it to your avatar. Yeah, there are avatars in this game, and you even get to customize all of their features as well. My dude, for example, has my real life physique. And in the future, there'll even be the option to add friends and see their avatar. So you can make fun of your mate who has a shitty wooden sword, meanwhile you're rocking the netherite boots with feather falling enchants. Overall, I genuinely like this app, mainly for the fact that it teaches players to make those micro decisions about where to go and what to do that you have to make every couple of seconds in a game of League. And I genuinely hope they sponsor more of my content in the future because I like what they made, and it was nice as a change of pace for me to do editing on something a little bit different. Maybe I could even make one of those bundles for them one day and have some YouTuber out there scrutinize what I made like I did everyone else. So if you want to try MOBA Trainer out, there'll be a link in both the video description and the pinned comment below, so you can go check those out now. Otherwise, have a great one.